Hi, my name is Kelli Douglas. This is my cultural competence reflection video for EDU-330 at Grand Canyon University. So question 1 says, what does it mean to be culturally competent as an educator? Well, knowing and understanding your own cultural identity needs to come first. After establishing your own baseline, you need to understand that others will view things differently. Students and families from different cultures need to be acknowledged and be safe to grow and build on your support. Knowing your own implicit biases is key. These unconscious biases are predictable, but that means that they are also preventable. Being an example to others helps reinforce that you can change the way that you feel about something in regards to diversity and culture in the classroom. Question 2 says, where do you see yourself on the cultural competency continuum chart and why? Well, pre-George Floyd, I was a level 4, cultural pre-competent. But because of all the media outbreak, I have been doing more and more self-examination and privilege checks. I would say now that I am a level 5 cultural competent, but I would like to continue to grow and learn towards being a level 6 cultural proficiency. I believe that this will come from experiencing the world around me more and more and being involved with many types of people and backgrounds. As far as controversial topics go, if it's important to my students, it will be important to me. I will do my best to hear the sides of their story, of their issue, and proceed from there. Question 3 asks, what will it take for you to get to the next step or to deepen your cultural competence? I would say mostly time and experience. Those are really important factors, and more involvement in my community and volunteering will help expedite this deepening. Question 4 says, what are some specific research and reading tools, resources, or training you might use to further your cultural competency as an educator? Well, I found a really good article from National and Community Services that reports that people who volunteer their time to someone grow more attached to them and their culture. So no matter the differences between the two people, they are more accepting and more loving towards that person. They also have lower rates of depression and more likely to volunteer for others in the future. So living in Washington, I could attend a Black Lives Matter protest. Attending one of these may broaden my horizons and help me feel more inclusive towards different cultures and different ethnicities. It will help me with my attitude, being more inclusive, and what I'm trying to do for my future students. Question 5, what will it look like to have cultural inclusivity in your future classroom? I found another great article entitled Compassion, How Do You Teach It? This talks about students being taught to read, write, and compute, but students are not always taught to love and to be kind to one another. The point of the article is that if we teach students to have compassion and to love one another, it has the potential power to change the world, and I fully believe this. So in my future classroom, students will be exposed to culturally diverse toys, foods, smells, books, and guest speakers. This will help shape the students' minds to be more inclusive. I will also try to avoid the achievement gap by teaching through student strengths, communication, learning within their context of their own cultures, student-centered instructions, giving a positive perspective on families and parents are also a goal of mine. And finally, question 6. How will you ensure you are respecting students as individuals with differing personal backgrounds and various skills, abilities, perspectives, talents, and interests that do not align with your spiritual beliefs and moral values? Well, social justice means treating every student with the same love and kindness that you would teach your own kids with, despite their race, culture, economic status, religion, age, gender, and/or abilities and disabilities. Social justice means treating all the same. It is the foremost principle in the Golden Rule, treating others the way that you would like to be treated. My role as an educator means enforcing this policy. This could be with me, other teachers, coworkers, administrations, parents, and other students. I will always discourage outright preaching in schools, but I will always encourage outright teaching in schools. There's a fine line that is to be walked as an educator. Christianity is a way of life. Christians see the world differently than others. They look through a lens of justice, grace, beauty, delight, virtue, faith, hope, and love. This attitude will rub off and have an effect on students, but it will not be so obvious that this is the spirit of Christ. By just being a good person, students will feel something differently about Christian teachers. This is the best way to integrate faith into the learning environment. Thanks for watching.